candidate here. Okay. As our chief guest is coming, and as we shall be able to honor our chief guest, we welcome him the Ugandan way, the East African way, and I can tell you shortly he'll be able to be arriving in this place. Yes. And once our chief guest arrives, which will be done shortly, we shall rise up to welcome our chief guest. And I think we can see him arriving. Delegates who can rise up to welcome our chief guest for today. Yes, our chief guest, Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa, the Deputy Speaker of the Republic Parliament of Uganda, who most welcome, and is greeting our is now greeting the PS, Minister of Education and Sports, the Chairperson of National Council, and the Chairperson of this event, Professor Miro Kwakoro, who is Executive Director of the National Council for Education. And once he sets in, we shall be able to have the anthems. Then shall ask one of us to lead the prayer. Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, you are most welcome to this conference, the first Regional Ministerial Conference closing ceremony. You're most welcome, and we are honored to have you, Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, the Republic of Uganda, and we can have anthems. Yeah, our chief guest, you can take your seat, and the rest of the delegates. Can I take this honor to invite Reverend Dr. Peter Simo from Mwenge Catholic University in Tanzania to lead a prayer.
Let us pray. Creator, most loving, merciful, ever-living God, we come before you this morning with our hearts filled with gratitude for what you have helped us to accomplish since the inception of our community. Thank you, Lord, for the commitment and the support given to us by our regional leaders. Lord, we ask you to bless them abundantly, that they continue to support us and make us successful in what we aspire to accomplish. Lord, in this last day, as we gather to conclude our 3 days of this extraordinary conference, we pray and ask you, Lord, to be with us. Bless our resolutions and our aspirations, that they may be for the well-being of our institutions as we endeavor to train and nurture good workforce that will help our citizens across the region and beyond to be better for their better tomorrow, and so that you can be honored and we can be prosperous in what we do. We make our prayer in the name of Jesus Christ the Lord. Amen.
Delegates, I would really clap for him for this. Look to direct communication with God. Our chief guest, we are in the closing session. We've been here for 3 days. And allow me to invite Professor Idris Erai, who is the Deputy Executive Secretary in the University Council of East Africa, who are co-hosts of this event, to chair this session of closing ceremony. Our chief guest.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Honorable, Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa, the Deputy Speaker of the Parliament of Uganda, here representing Honorable Janet Museveni, Host Minister, First Lady and the Minister of Education and Sports, Republic of Uganda. Your Excellency, the Secretary General, here represented by Honorable Andrea Aguirre Arik Malweth, Deputy Secretary General, Infrastructure, Productive Sectors, Social and Political. Here representing again the Secretary General of East African Community. Honorable Muyingo, the Minister of State in Higher Education in the Republic of Uganda. Honorable Ministers, Cabinet Secretaries responsible for education from partner states of East African Community. Your Excellencies, the ambassadors here present, permanent secretaries, principal secretaries, deputy permanent secretaries, and undersecretaries from East African Community partner states. Honorable Abdullah Hasnu Makame, member of East Africa Legislative Assembly. The chief executive officers of commissions and councils for higher education from partner states of East African Community. chairpersons and deputy chairpersons of the Inter-University Council for East Africa's Executive Committee, and the National Council for Higher Education of the Republic of Uganda, members of the Executive Committee and the Governing Board of EACHEA and National Council for Higher Education, respectively, the Executive Secretary of EACHEA, Professor Gaspard Banyankimbona, Executive Director of National Council for Higher Education, Professor Okwakol, Vice Chancellors, Rectors, distinguished representatives of the Vice Chancellors and Rectors, distinguished speakers and facilitators, invited delegates, colleagues from EACHEA and National Council for Higher Education, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my honor and privilege to welcome you all to this closing ceremony of the historic first Regional Ministerial Conference on the East African Common Higher Education Area. This is a landmark initiative that was born from the forum of the Chief Executive Officers of the Commissions and Councils for Higher Education in the East African community. I wish also to inform you that this forum was initiated and established under the auspices of the Inter-University Council for East Africa as part of its extended mandate to facilitate the operationalization of the Common Higher Education area. Over the past 3 years, we have listened to insightful presentations, engaged in robust discussions and fruitful deliberations. Together, we have reaffirmed our collective commitment to advancing harmonized higher education systems as a driver of regional integration and sustainable development in East Africa. I think we need to tip ourselves with a round of applause for these 3 days. At this juncture, allow me to invite the chair of the Forum of the CEOs for Higher Education Commissions and Council to deliver her closing remarks. Professor Okwakol, please welcome. Let's welcome her with a round of applause, please.
Our chief guest, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament of Uganda, the Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa, Honorable Ministers present, the Deputy Secretary General of the East African Community, Honorable Members of Parliament, distinguished delegates in your respective capacities, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. On behalf of the Joint Organizing Committee, I welcome you all to the closing session of the conference. In a special way, I thank our chief guest for accepting to join us this morning, despite his very busy schedule. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Deputy Speaker. As we draw this first Regional Ministerial Conference on the East African Community Common Higher Education Area to a close, it is my distinct honor to extend heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for your invaluable contributions. Our chief guest, over the past 2 days, we have engaged in intense discussions, constructive deliberations, and forward-looking reflections on the future of higher education within our region. Together, we have examined critical issues affecting the harmonization, quality assurance, mutual recognition of qualifications, and the mobility of students and staff across our partner states. These engagements have laid a strong foundation for the realization of a truly integrated East African community higher education area. Allow me to acknowledge with appreciation the following: the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports for convening this conference. His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda for delivering such a rich keynote address and officially opening the conference. The Honorable Ministers of Education from our partner states for honoring us with their presence and instructive contributions. We also appreciate the keynote speakers, presenters, panelists, and discussants whose insights have enriched our collective understanding of issues at hand, and the session chairpersons for guiding the sessions. The Secretariat of the Inter-Universe Council for East Africa for excellent coordination of conference preparations. All partners and sponsors for the financial contributions towards the organization of the conference. And finally, the Joint Organizing Committee. Our guest of honor, I say joint because we had two organizing committees. We had a committee at the regional level, and we also had a committee at national level. So that is the committee, that is the joint committee that is being appreciated. So they are appreciated for working tirelessly to ensure the success of the conference. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reaffirmed our shared commitment to the ideals of integration, academic excellency, and sustainable development through higher education. As we depart from this conference, let the resolutions and commitments we have made here be translated into tangible actions in our respective countries. It is through action that we will nurture a higher education system that is regionally integrated, globally competitive, and responsive to the aspirations of our people in the region. Chief guest, soon, the Inter-Universe Council for East Africa Executive Secretary, Professor Gaspar Banyakimbona, will be leaving us. He will be joining the AU Commission as Commissioner for Education, Science, Technology, and Innovation. This departure is no doubt a loss to the Inter-Universe Council for East Africa, considering the immense contributions that he has been making and he would be continuing to make. But it is a gain for the East African region because we know that one of us will be there at the Commission. We congratulate Professor Banyakimbona and we wish him the very best in this very important assignment. Lastly, I wish you all safe travels back to your respective countries. May the partnerships and friendships forged here continue to flourish as we move together toward a stronger and more vibrant East African community common higher education area. Thank you for your kind attention. Asante sana, merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much, Professor Okwa Call for those thoughtful remarks. And I'd like to also thank you for your leadership in organizing this iconic conference and chairing the joint organizing committee. This is an important conference, as I said. Now, I've realized our applause is a little bit silent. I'd like to give her a big round of applause. Thank you very much for her leadership in realizing this conference. Next, I have a pleasure to invite the Executive Secretary of EACHEA, Professor Gaspard Manyankimbona, to deliver his remarks.
Our chief guest, the Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa, the Deputy Speaker, National Parliament, Republic of Uganda, the Secretary General of the East African Community, represented by Honorable Andrea Arik Maruet, Honorable Ministers here present, all protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you. Today marks a day fully of joy and a sense of gratitude for a successful ministerial conference. When this idea was being conceived, it looked far-fetched, but now here we are at the closure. Our chief guest, this conference has demonstrated collective effort and the will to achieve a common higher education area. The conference has taken stock of the major milestone on the initiative of the common higher education area, reflecting on gains and the challenges, and repositioning ourselves for the future innovations and forces that have shaped and continue to shape the higher education landscape in East African Community region. Our chief guest, my words today are full of appreciations. I want to appreciate the government of the Republic of Uganda. I want to appreciate the East African Community Partner States for their unwavering commitment and for sending the best minds and highest representative for this conference and turning the dialogue in this conference into decisions. I want to appreciate EACHEA member universities and other higher education learning institutions, higher education stakeholders, higher education partners for their continued and enabling support and participation to this conference. Our chief guest, in a very special way, I want to appreciate Professor Mary Okwakol, our sister, a scholar, a leader, and all the heads of councils and commissions for higher education for their vision. They nurtured this conference. Their leadership brought it into life. You are the architect of convergence, and East Africans salute you today. I want to appreciate the organizing committees. I want to appreciate the core, I would say, engine in the room which made all this happen the way it happened. Dr. Aine, Professor Michael Mawa, may you stand up from where you are for recognition. Thank you very much. Your calm under pressure and the quiet dedication shaped the soul of this conference. Thank you very much. Our chief guest, in a very, very special way, I want to recognize 28 EACHEA member universities, which generously committed to support the journey towards a common higher education area by committing to deliver scholarship to young East Africans in the program called East African Student Mobility Scheme. We have prepared a certificate, but I understand that time may not allow to do that, but they are recognized formally for their contribution to the journey towards the East African common higher education area. Our chief guest, ladies and gentlemen, as the chairperson of organizing committee just highlighted, I stand here before you today a few weeks away from transition to my new assignment at the African Union Commission in the very same noble sector of education, science, technology, and innovation. My heart is full of memories, full of pride, and full of gratitude. For 4 years and 6 months, I have had the opportunity and privilege to serve Inter-University Council for East Africa, and through it, serving you, our cherished stakeholders. Every policy drafted, every framework harmonized, every student exchanged, every qualification recognized, you were there with us. You believed in us, you pushed us, you partnered with us. Thank you very much to our ministers. Thank you very much to our permanent secretaries. Thank you very much to our development partners. Thank you very much to our vice chancellors and rectors. Thank you to the people of Uganda. And thank you to my beloved EACHEA staff. I consider them not my team, but my family, and without them, I wouldn't have made it. Our chief guest, this conference has taken stock of milestones and challenges, and I believe EACHEA will continue to champion this cause as the heartbeat of regional academic integration to push boundaries, to break silos, and turn frameworks into futures. And as I prepare to serve at continental level, let me assure you, I'm not leaving East African community. I'm expanding my service to you. The mission remains the same. The passion burns brighter. To our chief guest, thank you very much for honoring us with your presence today. Your leadership inspires to aim higher. To each and every delegate, thank you for your time, your energy, your brilliant minds, and your joyful spirit. These 3 days felt like 3 hours because purpose meets passion and times dance. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think we did not do justice to him. Let's do it again. Thank you very much, Professor Gaspar Banyankimona. We are cognizant by the time limit that we have available from our guest of honor. Therefore, we'll apologize if we skip any of the people in the program. But there are some aspects of this closing ceremony that you cannot skip, and one of it is presenting the ministerial communique. It will be very short. And with that one, Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, if you allow, would like to invite Permanent Secretary to present the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Education and Sports, Uganda, to present the communique. Madame Dr. Kadres Turiande, please welcome. Let's welcome her with a round of applause. I missed your name.
Our chief guest, the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker of the Republic of the Parliament of Uganda, Right Honorable Thomas Taebwa,
the representative of the Secretary General for East African Community, honorable ministers, and all of you present, allow me, chief guest, to stand on the protocol as had already been highlighted by the first two speakers. Our chief guest, I'm going to share with the people present here and to you, chief guest, the ministerial communique that has come out of this first regional ministerial conference of the East African Community Common Higher Education Area that has been held here in Kampala in the Republic of Uganda on the 11th of September 2025. Preamble. We, the ministers responsible for higher education in the East African Community partner states, Republic of Burundi, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Republic of Kenya, Republic of Rwanda, the Federal Republic of Somalia, the Republic of Southern Sudan, the Republic of Uganda, and the United Republic of Tanzania. We meeting here in Kampala in the Republic of Uganda from 9th to 11th of September 2025 for the first regional ministerial conference on East African Community Common Higher Education Area under the auspices of the Forum of the Chief Executive Officers of National Councils and Commissions for Higher Education in East Africa, the Inter-University Council for East Africa, and with the partnership of other national education agencies, vice-chancellors, and other heads of institutions, students' representative, professional bodies, industry partners, and the development partners, having convened under the theme, Enhancing Regional Integration through Harmonized Higher Education Systems for Sustainable Development in East Africa, to deliberate on progress, challenges, strategies, and the accelerated operationalization of the East African Common Higher Education Area in fulfillment of the obligation under the East African Community Policy and legal frameworks and in alignment with Africa's continental and global development goals. Recalling the Treaty of the Establishment of East African Community, particularly Article 5, 102, 103, and 104, which commit the partner states to promote harmonization of education systems, curricula, examinations, and certifications, as well as the mutual recognition of qualifications to facilitate free movement of people and regional integration. The second recall is that the Inter-University Council of East Africa Act of 2009, particularly Section 4 and 6, which mandate the Inter-University Council of East Africa to coordinate the development of higher education and research to foster common higher education space in the region. 3. The Common Market Protocol 2010, particularly Article 11, which obliges partner states to mutually recognize the academic and professional qualifications granted, experiences obtained, requirements met, licenses or certifications granted in other partner states, and harmonize their curricula, examinations, standards, certifications, and accreditations of education and training institutions. 4. The Declaration of the East African Community on the Common Higher Education Area made by the East African Community Heads of State on the 20th of May 2017 in Dar es Salaam, United Republic of Tanzania, which marked a milestone in the harmonization of higher education systems in the region. Recognizing, 1, the central role of higher education in producing skilled, innovative, and adaptable human capital necessary for driving the region's socio-economic transformation, technological advancement, and accelerating deeper East African community regional integration. 2, the tremendous efforts made by the partner states in establishing unique and quality higher education systems that have shaped and contributed to the development of skilled and knowledgeable graduates necessary for national and regional development. 3, the progress made by the partner states and the Inter-University Council of East Africa, Inter-University Council of East Africa, national councils and commissions for higher education and other stakeholders in developing and implementing relevant regional higher education frameworks. These include the East African Qualification Framework for Higher Education, the Regional Qualification Quality Assurance Framework, the East African Community Credit Accreditation and Transfer Systems, the East African Regional Program Accreditation Framework, and the Research Excellence Framework for Higher Education in East Africa. 4, the growing opportunities for collaboration in cross-border education and research and in student and staff mobility, both within East Africa and in collaboration with other continental and global academic partners. We are acknowledging the persistent challenges facing higher education in the region, and these include disparities in policy and regulatory frameworks across the partner states, evidenced by the uneven alignment of national, legal, and policy frameworks with regional higher education frameworks. 2, the limited financing of higher education and research, constraining institutional capacity and innovation, systems enhancement, and the full implementation of the East African Common Higher Education Area. 3, limited infrastructure for modern teaching, research, and innovation, especially in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics fields. 4, limited digital connectivity and integration of technology in the teaching and learning and in the management of higher education institutions. 5, disparities in the adoption of mutual recognition arrangements for academic and professional qualifications. 6, suboptimal intra-East African community academic mobility occasioned, among other things, by underfunding, enforcement of directives of the Council of Ministers, charging the same fees for students coming from the East African partner states region with the local teams, and that the fees are charged in local currency, limited policy framework in some partner states to implement common tuition fees for students from other partner states. And lastly, the existence of visa fee charged on students and other professionals from another partner state, thus affecting student and labor mobility. Big challenge number 2 is the need to strengthen the linkages between higher education systems and other regional development priorities under the East African Community Vision 2050 and the African Union Agenda 2063 and the UN Sustainable Development Goals 2030. 3, the essential support of development partners, the private sector, the international education agencies in capacity building, infrastructure development, and policy harmonizations. The deliberations of the 3 days brought out the following. The ministers considered reports and recommendations from technical sessions addressing the current status and gaps in the operationalization of the East African Common Higher Education Area, and the extent of compliance with regional higher education frameworks. 2, legislative, policy, and regulatory reforms required to align national higher education systems with the East African regional frameworks. 3, strengthening the East African community higher education quality assurance to ensure compatibility, transparency, credibility, and portability of qualifications across the region. 4, enhancing the RQAF, another framework, to ensure robust and consistent quality standards in all pattern states. 5, the strategies to expand academic and professional mobility through harmonized admission criteria, joint degree programs, innovative student and staff mobility schemes, and the mutual recognition of qualifications. 6, accelerating digitalization of higher education, including virtual exchange programs, online learning platforms, and open education resources by the leveraging existing and emerging digital technologies to promote open and distance learning and increase higher education access, with paying attention to the need to harmonize the regulation of digital tools and the use of AI in the teaching, learning, and research. 7, addressing equity in higher education, ensuring access of marginalized groups, and promoting gender equity. And finally, designing sustainable financing models, including dedicated regional funds, public-private partnerships, innovative resource mobilization approaches, and financing a regional student mobility fund to deepen academic mobility and regional integration. As a result of this deliberation, these are the resolutions, Chief Guest and members. Resolutions and commitments. We, the Minister, hereby reaffirm our unwavering commitment to the full operationalization of East African Common Higher Education as a mechanism to strengthen academic excellence, facilitate knowledge mobility, and serve as an engine for deepening regional integration, socio-economic transformation, and global competitiveness of the East African region. 2, we resolve to align the respective national higher education systems with regional higher education framework requirements without imposing uniformity. 3, we commit to enhance mutual recognition of academic and professional qualifications through development of relevant regional frameworks for mutual recognition academic and professional qualifications to promote seamless mobility of students, staff, and professionals across the region in line with the East African Community Common Market Protocol 2027. We resolve to harmonize national higher education policies, legislations, and regulatory frameworks, including accreditation frameworks with East African Community Regional Instrument, including the EACHEA, these ones I had read before, by 2030. 5, promote the integration and regulation of digital, open, and blended learning systems, including cross-border e-learning platforms and virtual exchange programs to widen access, improve quality and learning outcomes, and enhance resilience against disruptions in the delivery of higher education. We commit to mobilize sustainable financing for higher education through national and regional resourcing pool mechanisms, development cooperation, commercialization of research, and private sector engagement. And finally, We commit to empower the East African, Inter-University Council of East Africa to work with the commissions and councils of higher education to develop mechanisms to monitor and report on alignment of institutional frameworks with regional frameworks. Directives to stakeholders. Inter-University Council of East Africa, in collaboration with the Forum of CEOs of National Commissions and Councils of Higher Education, to develop and disseminate detailed guidelines to assist higher education institutions in integrating East African regional frameworks into their own institutional policies and academic programs. The EACHEA shall report annually to the Sectoral Council for Education, Science, Technology, Culture and Sports on the status of the East African Common Higher Education implementation. EACHEA and the Forum of National Councils and Commissions for Higher Education to fast track the full implementation and the periodic review of the East African Common Higher Education, and to establish and maintain a regional database of accredited institutions and programs publicly accessible across the partner states. Partner states to designate national focal points to coordinate the East African Common Higher Education activities, monitor progress, and ensure effective linkages between national and regional structures. Partner states also to ensure the full implementation of the Councils of Ministers Directive to charge the same fees to students coming from all other East African partner states as locals, that the fees are charged in local currency. Partner states are requested to expedite the removal of visa requirements charged on students and other professionals from other East African Community partner states to promote regional mobility. National councils and councils of higher education to ensure that higher education institutions oversee institutional alignment of education systems with regional framework. EACHEA, in conjunction with Forum for CEOs of National Councils and Commissions for Higher Education in East African partner states, to develop a proposal for the establishment of a regional mobility fund. And finally, development partners are encouraged to align their investments in higher education with East African regional priorities, focusing on capacity building, infrastructure development, digital transformation, and research collaboration. As a follow-up mechanism, we agree that the Regional Ministerial Conference on the East African Common Higher Education area shall be convened biannually, with the national councils and commissions for higher education driving the coordination at the national level, and EACHEA serving as the secretariat to review progress, share best practices, and address emerging issues and adopt new policy directions. Right Honorable and Chief Guest, the next Interministerial Conference will be hosted by the Republic of Rwanda in 2027. Expression of appreciation. We express our profound appreciation to the government and people of the Republic of Uganda for their warm hospitality, and the EACHEA for its leadership in coordinating the organization of this historical regional ministerial conference on the East African Common Higher Education area. We acknowledge the great work of the Forum of CEOs for National Councils and Commissions for Higher Education in East African partner states for the great coordination of this event at the national level. We also recognize the variable contributions of the development partners, the private sector, academia, professional bodies, and student bodies whose engagement, expertise continue to shape the future of higher education in the region. our chief guest and Right Honorable Deputy Speaker of the Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, this is the communique that this great congregation of the ministers of East African Community have come up with. I submit.
Thank you very much, Dr. Turia Jenda, for reading what we should officially call Kampala Ministerial Communique on East African Community Common Higher Education Area. And let's thank again our ministers for the commitment and resolutions. Yeah, we are getting to the close to invite our chief guest. We have very short vote of thanks from Honorable Minister Joseph Nsengimana, Minister of Education, Rwanda. Please welcome to give a very short vote of thanks before we invite we invite the chief guest to give his speech. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, allow me, that comes later. I'm receiving His Highness the Aga Khan, and my time is already up. I'm so sorry. So please allow me to read the remarks of the First Lady. Cabinet ministers and secretaries from the East African partner states, the Secretary General of the East African Community, members of Parliament, heads of foreign missions and diplomatic corps, ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude this historic ministerial conference on the East African Community Common Higher Education Area, allow me to express profound gratitude for the energy, wisdom, and commitment you have invested in these deliberations. We have gathered here not merely to exchange ideas, but to chart the future of higher education in our region, and what a future it must be. For with over 331 million citizens in the region, the majority under 25 years, the East African community holds in its hands a demographic treasure that will determine the destiny of our nations. When we look at other regions, we find valuable lessons. In the United States, a population almost identical to ours, about 335 million, is supported by nearly 4,000 degree awarding institutions serving 19 million students. A coherent national framework ensures mobility of students and academic staff, seamless transfer of credits, and a robust research and innovation ecosystem. In the European Union, the Bologna process has created a true European higher education area. Students and staff move across borders with ease, qualifications are mutually recognized, and joint degrees are common. The result is not only improved quality and employability, but also stronger European identity and competitiveness. By contrast, when a region lacks a coherent higher education area, the costs are heavy. That is, missed opportunities for students who are denied mobility because their credits are not recognized across borders. Duplication and inefficiency as universities and states work in isolation rather than in harmony. Loss of talent and innovation as researchers seek better integrated systems abroad. A growing gap between the aspirations of our youth and the capacity of our institutions to deliver. We cannot afford such a fragmentation in East Africa as the stakes are too high. I'm pleased to learn that this conference has boldly confronted these realities. Listening to the ministerial communique, I'm glad to learn that together you have charted a way forward which includes, among others, building a seamless East African higher education area where credits, qualifications, and talent move freely. Establishing a regional digital mobility platform to simplify applications, placements, and funding. Strengthening mutual recognition of qualifications with attention to new frontiers such as micro-credentials and recognition of prior learning. Mobilizing sustainable financing through a regional mobility fund, blending public resources, private sector investment, and development partner support. Embedding equity safeguards so that women, persons with disabilities, refugees, and disadvantaged students benefit fully. Harmonizing policies and laws and providing oversight to ensure that the resolutions of this conference translate into actual meaning. Honorable Ministers and distinguished delegates, as we close this gathering, let us live with a renewed determination that East Africa must not lag behind. We must not allow fragmented systems to rob our young people of their future. Instead, let us unite to build an East African common higher education area that rivals the developed countries in integration and positions us to compete globally in scale, innovation, and excellence. Together we can transform higher education from a patchwork of national systems into a coherent regional powerhouse, a force that will drive economic growth, social cohesion, and continental leadership. I wish to extend my sincere appreciation to the organizers, the National Council for Education, the Inter-University Council for East Africa, the Forum of CEOs of councils and commissions, and our partners for making this first regional ministerial conference a success. I also commend the honorable ministers, cabinet secretaries, permanent secretaries, and all participants for your active engagement and commitment. As we depart from this conference, let us do so with renewed determination to implement what we have resolved. May the spirit of East African unity inspire us to compete favorably with the rest of the world, and may safe journeys take you back to your nations, carrying with you the shared dream of one community, one people, and the higher education area. It is now my pleasure, after all other remarks that are coming up, to declare the first ministerial conference on the East African Common Higher Education officially closed. I thank you for your attention, and grace, and God bless you all. Janet K. Museveni, First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports. And Honorable Muyingo is going to be with you here to listen to the final remarks that are coming up. Now the anthem will be after as we close, because the minister from Rwanda still has remarks to make. And I'm told there is one photo which we are going to take, so that I rush for another function. I want to really sincerely apologize for interfering with the program.
Okay.
It's how the day is scheduled. It's beyond me. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Right, Honorable Deputy Speaker, we understand that you have very pressed commitment, and the closing ceremony will end here to allow the chief guest to join the ongoing commitments. We'll take that photo, we'll get directives on who is going to take part into the photo, and then we will stay where we are to allow him to leave, and then the program will continue. So the closing ceremony is closed, but the program will continue. Thank you very much. Let's applaud to him again.
Can we, ministers and CEOs of commissions, they are very important. They are the ones who are hosting. Can we ask the ministers to take seats and the CEOs of commissions to stand behind? Plus, yes. The CEOs of commissions and the EAS. The ministers will take the seats. And the chairperson of council is must join the vote. Yeah, and the chairperson of executive committee. Yeah. Yes, those ones who represent us. Honorable, Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, we know because of time, but there has been a very good exhibition around, and centers of excellence and commissions, and the ministers have been able to attend it, and you take note of them. You are also eager to see you, but we shall be able to explain to you and give it to you on digital. But we thank you for the time, and we thank you for being able to join us. Thank you. Thank you. You are done? Okay. Now we... Yes. Now, we are going for tea, and it has been prayed for earlier on. Protocol, you can lead the ministers for tea and the rest of us. We should be able to take about 15 to 20 minutes so that we come back. Yes, yes. We we are. They will lead you for a cup of tea. Then you can listen, and the participants can they listen. Those are protocol. Now the rest of us, we shall be able to go for a cup of tea. Then we shall go the other side. Then once we do that, we come back, and Dr. Joseph Kosam will be able to lead us in that session. After that, we can have. Yes. Can we shall have, can we? Yes, yes, yes. But this, which one? Okay. Can we, yes. No, people are coming back, Professor. Yeah, your chair is not yet ended. Yes. No, I think members, since we are still standing, let us formally finish this function. I hand over to the chair. Then once we do that, it helps us, because we know the time is a constraint, and we all understand. That was not our intention. We sincerely apologize. Can you formally end the session of the ministers? Then we can be able to move. Colleagues, just a few minutes. We sincerely apologize. You know, we have been doing very well, and we continue to do well.
Yes, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, there's a bit of a change of the program. We request you to sit where we were seated before during the closing ceremony, please. Please. Kule visiwani tunasema usile pweza wote ukabakishwa na mkia. Don't eat the whole of octopus and you're left with just a little tail of the octopus. So we're left with little procedural items in the program, and it has been decided and agreed that we continue in the absentia of the chief guest. As you've heard that he allowed, he closed the conference pending some other. So this is a good thing. So we'll continue with the missing part of the program, and which are very important. One of it was to get a vote of thanks. The vote of thanks from Honorable Joseph Nsengimana, Minister of Education, Republic of Rwanda. Honorable Minister, we apologize again, but please come and give your vote of thanks in the absentia of our chief guest. Let's welcome him with a big round of applause. I don't know if we could turn this now. Let's turn this so that everybody now faces everybody else. Yeah, like this. Eh?
Good morning. So when circumstances dictate, we adjust, right? I will deliver my remarks as if our chief guest was still here, and I think he has directed the Honorable Minister of State to represent him, and so hopefully the messages will be conveyed, and our great appreciation to the government of Uganda as well. The Deputy Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Uganda, the Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa, the Secretary General of the East African Community, the Secretary General of East African Common Higher Education Area, Honorable Ministers and Cabinet Secretaries of Education of East African partner states, honorable members of East African Legislative Assembly and the Ugandan Parliament here present, permanent secretaries, principal secretaries, and the secretaries of key ministries for East African Community member states, government official here present, the Executive Secretary of EACHEA, Professor Gaspar Banyangimbona, heads of commissions and council for higher education for East African partner states, vice chancellors, rectors, provosts, director general, directors and principals from EACHEA member institutions, representative of professional bodies present, distinguished speakers and presenters, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of my colleagues, ministers, in my capacity as the Minister of Education of the Republic of Rwanda, it is my singular honor and privilege to deliver this vote of thanks at the conclusion of what has been a truly historic ministerial conference on the East African Common Higher Education area. Allow me, on behalf of us all, to extend our profound gratitude to His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, for gracing the official opening of this regional conference. We salute his steadfast statesmanship, visionary leadership, and lifelong commitment to East African integration process. His presence and keynote address elevated this conference to the highest political level and reaffirmed the centrality of education in shaping the destiny of our community. Our gratitude also goes to Her Excellency Janet Museveni, the First Lady of Uganda, the Minister of Education and Sport, and our convener. Her wise words at the start of conference set the stage and guided our deliberations. We most sincerely thank the government and the people of the Republic of Uganda for their generosity, hospitality, and excellent organization of this conference. Kampala has been an inspiring host city, and the warmth with which we have received has made our deliberation smooth and fruitful. Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, please convey our gratitude to the government and the people of the Republic of Uganda. To the East African Community Secretariat, the Inter-University Council for East Africa, and the Forum of CEO of National Councils and Commission for Higher Education, we extend our deepest appreciation. This conference is a culmination of years of tireless work, technical coordination, and unwavering dedication to the vision of harmonized and competitive East African higher education space. Your technical stewardship has ensured that we are not only speaking of aspiration, but also setting clear resolutions, commitment, and timeliness for action. To all policymakers, heads of higher education commissions and councils, vice chancellors, scholars, student, and development partners, we extend our sincere thanks for your invaluable participation. Over the past 3 days, our sincere thanks, and we have, apologies, we have shared experience, debated ideas, and forged consensus. The richness of your contribution has strengthened our collective resolutions to make East African community a beacon of education excellence, research innovation, and human capital development on the African continent and beyond. The conference has reviewed our progress and, more importantly, called us to action. We have recognized challenges, uneven policies, limited financing, gaps in implementation, and the urgent need for digital transformation, research, and sustainable funding. Yet these are not obstacles. They are opportunity to innovate, to collaborate, and to show the strength of East African unity in overcoming shared challenges. We leave Kampala with a renewed sense of duty. The communique we have adopted is not just a document, it is a political commitment, a roadmap, and a call to integrate regional frameworks into our national laws, policies, and institution practices. Our universities, our students, and our society will be the ultimate beneficiaries of the commitment we have made at this conference. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as we close, let us remain guided by the spirit of our community, one people, one destiny. The East African Common Higher Education Area must serve as the engine that drives not only the mobility of students and staff, but also the exchange of ideas, innovations, and solutions that will transform our economies and societies. Finally, I wish to thank each and every participant for your dedication and for the spirit of solidarity you have brought to this gathering. I wish you safe journeys back to your home countries, carrying with you not only memories of Kampala, but also the determination to implement what we have agreed here. May this conference be remembered as the beginning of a new chapter in a higher education story of East Africa, a chapter of unity, excellence, and transformation. Mwebale nnyo, murakoze cyane, asante sana, merci beaucoup, thank you.
Thank you very much. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Waziri wa Elimu kutoka Rwanda. Now that we have all the time of the world with us, we continue with our pace as we plan this session. Unfortunately, one of our speakers who would be supposed to be in the closing ceremony is not around. He was also caught in other commitments, so we'll skip him, but we understand. So next, honorable ministers, ladies and gentlemen, is about recognitions. I believe you remember EAS Executive Secretary. He mentioned about a scholarship program that we call EAC SMS. East African Community Students and Staff Mobility, and a Student Mobility Scheme. Unlike many other programs that we have at EACHEA, EAC SMS is our own program. It is in-house program. All other programs we've been depending on donors largely. And the way it works is we have three parties. Yeah, so we have the students and the parents, we have EACHEA, and we have universities. we request universities to offer scholarships to students in the program they choose, the number they want, right, in the sense of exemption of fees and any other fees they decide. At EACHEA, we provide transportation allowance and research facilitation allowance and health cover. And the students and their guardians and parents, they find the money for upkeep. So with this, the vice chancellors in one of the meetings in Kigali, I believe, the member universities agreed to establish that EAC SMS. And universities, hence, propose a number of scholarships, as I've explained, to us, and then we do advertise. I'm sure you must have seen advertisement. This has a huge potential. With 170 members university that we have, imagine every year, each university offers only one scholarship. In 3 years, we have 170 times 3, with very little cost. So we invite all other member universities that have not contributed to offer the scholarships to do so. But today, we would like to recognize those who have already contributed to this great scholarship with a huge potential. We have certificates for 28 institutions. We would like our chair of the executive committee to come forward. If the chair is not here, then the deputy chair, please come. Oh, he's here. Thank you very much. Let's welcome him. We have 28, and we know that we have 4 ministers here, and we would like honorable ministers in turn to come and offer or issue or award 7 certificates in turn until we finish the 4 ministers. So the ones you have, please bring them. Yes, Executive Secretary, please welcome as well to give the certificates to our chair. The chair will give it to the minister, and I'll invite the ministers in turn, in alphabetical order. Give it to yes. Give it to and with that, I would like to invite the minister from Burundi. Please, chair, come. Minister of Education from Burundi. Please welcome, sir. Please welcome. How do you do it? So you sit in the front there and I call. Okay, so. We're starting with University of Burundi. So we stay in line.
Requesting to do it from this side.
From there, so from that side. So, okay. So we. University of Burundi, Vice Chancellor or representative from University of Burundi, please welcome and receive your recognition. There he comes. So I'll give you and then you give it. Thank you. Light University of Bujumbura, next. Light University of Bujumbura, Vice Chancellor or representative, is it here? No, they will come after 7. Okay. Yes, please. Represented by our head of council of higher education. Next, Uganda Martyrs University. Are you represented? Okay, if not there, next. Hold it. Uganda Martyrs University? That's from Uganda? Yeah. Strathmore, 7. We'll give 7 from different countries. Strathmore University. A representative from Strathmore University, probably they were not informed they're going to be recognized. Huh? Okay, is not here. Southeastern Kenya University is here. Please welcome. How many? 5? Thank you very much, Vice Chancellor, for your scholarships. Oh, Uganda Matters is here. Thank you very much. Moi University. Moi University, if you are here, raise your hand, please come. If a staff of Moi University is here, can represent the Vice Chancellor, that's okay. Okay, thank you. Okay. Alumni, so go there to the. It's an alumni, so make sure you take that certificate to the Vice Chancellor, please. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. Now I call the Minister from Republic of Rwanda. Minister from Republic of Rwanda, please come and help us in giving the certificates. Yes, Lake Tanganyika University. Lake Tanganyika University is here, not here? Okay. Is it from okay. Next is Ines Ruhengeri. Is Ines Ruhengeri here? Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you for your commitment to the scholarship. We can, we can thank them with applause. Jamarogi Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University. Is it represented? If not, University of Technology and Arts, Byumba. Yes, he's here. Let's give him a round of applause in a way of appreciating his commitment. Yes, next is Busitema University. Is Busitema University here? It's not here. Busitema here, thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause. And then next, Nkumba, if you are here, please come. So I'll now read them. Nkumba, are you here? Nkumba was here the first day. Nkumba University, yes. Vice Chancellor was here, but yes, come please. Yeah. Next, University of Ngozi. Ngozi. Ngozi, no Ngozi. Ngozi from Burundi. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's give them a round of applause, please. And the next is University of Dar es Salaam. University of Dar es Salaam, any representative here? Please, is there. Let's welcome with a round of applause and appreciation. Thank you. Is coming. Next, we have Honorable Minister, we appreciate. Thank you very much for your time. And we do this, we invite ministers because we want you to encourage other universities to contribute. Please take it home and encourage other universities to contribute to this. Chen, thank you very much. Next, I'd like to invite State Minister from Somalia. Oh, Minister from Somalia, not State Minister. Please welcome. Oh, State Minister. She's a State Minister, I was right. Kibabi University. If you are here, please come. If not, KCA University. You can shake hands only if she accepts that you shake hands. So if you see the hand coming out, please do. If you don't see it, please do. KCA. Prof. KCA. Kibabi is not there. Kenyatta University. Kenyatta University, are you here? Not here. Muranga University of Technology. Muranga University of Technology is here. Laikipia University. Laikipia University, are you here? Not there. Catholic University of South Sudan. Catholic University of South Sudan is here. Let's appreciate their commitment. Moshi Cooperative University. Moshi Cooperative University, thank you very much, Vice Chancellor, for your commitment. The Open University of Tanzania. Moshi. The Open University of Tanzania is there. Thank you. Thank you very much. Open University of Tanzania is coming. He was far. You know, we are many. We have a very big halls. Yeah, he was very far. So please, our Vice Chancellor, please welcome. Yeah, thank you for your commitment. Next, I will invite a State Minister for Higher Education from Republic of Uganda to also come and issue the certificate. Thank you very much, State Minister. We appreciate. And thank you very much. We can applaud the State Minister as well. Kilimanjaro Christian Medical University College, KCMC, the mighty KCMC. It's not here? KCMC? Not here. St. John's University of Tanzania? It's here. Bugema University? Bugema University? Makerere? Makerere? Oh, Makerere. Yeah, Makerere. Someone should be here for Makerere. Uganda Technology of Management University. Bugema as well. Yeah, Bugema is there. Utamu. Uganda Technology of Management and Management University of Uganda. It's not here. And last but not least, Clark International University. Let's give her a very big round of applause. She's our Vice Chair of the Executive Committee, and she's very committed to the cause. Thank you very much, Professor, and thank you very much, Honorable Minister. That's a memorable photo with the chair and ears. Honorable Minister, thank you, and that is the end of our recognition for the universities who give scholarship. Yes, please come. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. I had prepared something specifically to recognize EAS. And I wanted it to be heard by the chief guest as well, but the time was not enough. Now we have enough time. I think we haven't said enough. We haven't said enough in recognizing the EAS. And please, let's hear who the EAS is. We've been working with him, some of us for 4.5 years, some of us for shorter, like 2.5 years. And we would like to thank you. Thank you very much, Professor, for your unwavering commitment to the cause of East African community higher education. Thank you very much for the leadership at EACHEA that has left behind numerous legacies. But importantly, the legacy you are leaving here, starting at Munyonyo, that is the Regional Ministerial Conference. The region will forever remember your contribution to advancing higher education in the region. Now, this is a special moment for us, and I would like it to be a special moment for everybody, every stakeholder in higher education. And let's recognize him in a special way. This historic first Regional Ministerial Conference on the East African Common Higher Education area has been one of his flagship initiatives. And it also marks, as you know, his last major regional event with us as he transitions to a new role as Africa Union Commissioner on Education, Science, Technology and Innovation. Now, under his stewardship, EACHEA has advanced the operationalization of the Common Higher Education Area, strengthened regional collaboration, and elevated the visibility of East African higher education regionally as well as globally. Professor, your vision and dedication will remain an enduring legacy for our region. Specifically, this historic event is a gift you are leaving us and the generations to come. We can clap. Let's clap. I've got to know him for over how many years? The first time I met him was 2012, and he was a PS, Republic of Uganda Minister of Education, and I was a Vice Chancellor, State University of Zanzibar. We met in Dar es Salaam. Since then, he became a friend. But I know him as a patriotic son of Republic of Burundi. And the Burundians, at least you can clap for this. He's a true son of East African community, as well as a true son of Africa. Now, therefore, with all the contribution that he has made to the region, may I kindly request you, humbly, I would like to invite you, distinguished delegates, to give him a very memorable farewell by rising and joining me in giving him a well-deserved standing ovation. Please rise. Please do it. No. Yeah, thank you. You may be seated. Yeah. Your Excellency, sir. That's what they call them, commissioners. Your Excellency, sir. Yeah. We say thank you. We know you leave EAC, but only physically. I know it. Your heart will always be here with us. Thank you so much. Okay. With us, by the way, that is not just because of the event. It's all the true encounters and coming from the heart. Now with us, we are closing this closing ceremony. And I would like to invite the Master of Ceremony to guide us on what is next. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And safe journey to where you're going. Thank you.
I think our chairperson deserves a bigger clap than that, because he chaired the session with a lot of pressure, but you have managed it. We thank you. And thank God who gave you wisdom, and we thank everybody. Now we can ask that now we are ready for a cup of tea. And earlier on, the prayer was covering everything. And I'll ask the protocol people to take charge of leaders. And once the leaders go, then the rest of us can go for a cup of tea. We shall have 20 minutes of break. Then we shall come back for the closing ceremonies. And our colleague, Dr. Josam Kosam, will be able to take us through those closing ceremonies. We are committed that we shall be able to finish by 1 o'clock, and we pray for that. But we want to thank you for your time. We want to thank you for your patience. We want to thank you for what you are able to do. We want to remind you, we still have exhibition going on. Make sure you don't miss it. A number of universities are having innovations. Make sure you go it, and commissions. Don't forget to visit the beautiful Kampala and the beautiful Uganda in the afternoon before you go back to your countries. Technical. Yes, this ceremony was the official, but we have the technical part of it, which just will be able to handle it. Oh, it's done? I need to be guided by protocol. Yeah. We need to end with anthems. The minister is asking. The minister is asking, we need to end with anthems. Yes. You're coming back. Okay. Honorable Minister, that is a short break. The anthems will be toward the end. We are just in the middle of the closing ceremonies. And you know, most of ceremonies, you push the burden to the other people. Now I pushed it to protocol. You so that you can minimize this. Yeah, he has confirmed it, that let us have the break tea, then we can go for it. Protocol, you can take charge. Yeah. Yeah. And definitely when you come back, we shall face the other side. 20 minutes of break tea.
You always need cables to deploy your internet infrastructure. But did you know that our gadgets and the internet infrastructure is lack of electricity a challenge to your internet infrastructure setups? Do you always need cables to deploy your internet infrastructure? But did you know that our gadgets and the internet infrastructure contribute 3.7% of global greenhouse emissions? Okay, no electricity, no problem. No cables, no problem. Introducing the revolutionary solar-powered internet routers to deliver Wi-Fi anywhere. With 10 days battery life, supporting up to 500 concurrent connected users, a Wi-Fi range of over 300 meters, requiring only 10 minutes of installation time. That's not all. These routers are waterproof and weather-resistant. The first internet routers to be manufactured in the Pearl of Africa, geared up to support Uganda's industrialization drive, create jobs for youths, provide a linkage between academia and high-tech industry, and utilize solar energy for environmental sustainability, greening the internet with the first routers manufactured in Uganda. Renew in partnership with Mesh++.
Our heads of state have made it clear the future demands more. AI and digital transformation are no longer an option. They are a game changer. It's all about leveraging technology for accelerated development. Our custom systems are now exploring AI-driven solutions to speed up trade. Health systems powered by AI and digital research and innovation will save lives. As the first female Secretary General of the East African Community, I have a vision, a future where every young woman can be skilled to lead in technology and innovation. Through our partnership with Germany, we have skilled thousands of young East Africans in digital technologies, worked with hundreds of businesses and universities to create new innovations, but we want to go further. That is why we are launching the East African Community Regional AI Alliance. an investment in the future of regional AI infrastructure. It's all about research, innovation, and skilling.
Germany has been a close partner to the EAC since 25 years. Our partnership has empowered more than 4,000 East Africans with digital skills. Behind these numbers, there's a real impact for people. 1 in 5 graduates is now teaching at university, passing on knowledge to the next generation. But we're not stopping there. Germany is investing in the EAC Regional AI Alliance, through which East Africa and Europe are working together on AI. We cooperate to ensure AI in the EAC is fair, inclusive, and benefits all.
The project is fully aligned with our strategic objective. What is interesting is all the students who graduated from that particular center, actually, they are either employed or self-employed. So it came to boost somehow the employability.
The program has impacted my knowledge and my skills in many different ways. It's a program that is practical based, and also it has exposed me to different avenues in terms of conferences. I've been able to attend different conferences in East Africa.
So since we went through the program in 2022, it helped us create the first proof of concept device. This device helps in the detection of the early warning signs of stroke. We detect the early warning signs before a person gets a major attack.
AI is about people. It is about opportunity and ethics to ensure that no one is left behind in the East African community.
Is lack of electricity a challenge to your internet infrastructure setups? Do you always need cables to deploy your internet infrastructure? But did you know that our gadgets and the internet infrastructure contribute 3.7% of global greenhouse emissions? Okay, no electricity, no problem. No cables, no problem. Introducing the revolutionary solar-powered internet routers to deliver Wi-Fi anywhere. With 10 days battery life, supporting up to 500 concurrent connected users, a Wi-Fi range of over 300 meters, requiring only 10 minutes of installation time. That's not all. These routers are waterproof and weather-resistant. The first internet routers to be manufactured in the Pearl of Africa, geared up to support Uganda's industrialization drive, create jobs for youths, provide a linkage between academia and high-tech industry, and utilize solar energy for environmental sustainability, greening the internet with the first routers manufactured in Uganda. Renew in partnership with Mesh++.
MS. Come to smoke cannabis. Doctor say make a pop one of this. Make me fly like say I'm Aladdin. Come bring some kind melodies. Oh mommy myself no do past like this. So many things inside of my jeans. I slide down the beatings.
DJ Ray, the catalyst. Your attention, please. We only need less than 5 minutes to conclude the activities. So please, let's take our seats. Can we take our seats, please? We can see nature also is want to take its course. So we want to conclude in 5 minutes before we allow the rain to come. Attention, please. Attention, please. Honorable ministers, permanent principal secretaries, CEOs of Commission on Councils for Higher Education, vice chancellors, rectors, principals, distinguished delegates, all protocols observed. In principle, we are all aware that the conference has been officially concluded or closed, but we thought we can't just go away after our break tea. So I want to take this opportunity to invite our host and the chairperson of the organizing committee, Professor Mary Okwakol, the Executive Director of National Council for Higher Education, Uganda, to come and say her last word before we disperse. But before we close, I want to extend an invitation for lunch. We still deserve a lunch, the last lunch before we disperse. While Professor Okwakol is preparing herself, I have one announcement. I'm looking for David Onondi Okeyo. Can you identify yourself? David Onondi Okeyo, we have your message, very urgent message. Can you raise your hand? David Onondi Okeyo. Yeah. Okay, let's welcome Professor Okwakol with a big round of applause for chairing this event. Very successful.
The honorable ministers present, permanent secretaries, honorable members of parliament, all of you participants in your respective capacities, good afternoon. Because the Deputy Speaker was hurrying, we did not have time to acknowledge all those that have contributed to this the organization of this conference. So we are using this opportunity to do that. Also, at the time we spoke, the ministers had not signed the communique. But I'm pleased to inform you that that communique has now been duly signed and is binding. It is binding to all the 8 partner states to implement. And would like to request the ministries of education, the higher education regulatory agencies to take it upon themselves to track the implementation of the communique. Because as you heard yesterday, the other day, the question was, the declaration was in 2017. What happened? We don't want other things to happen. So we need to maintain the momentum, and we are relying to all of you to play an active role to ensure that everything is implemented. So I would like to thank our ministers for having come up with such a wonderful communique. Thank you very much, Honorable Ministers. Many people and institutions have made a contribution, contributions to this conference, and it's important that I take this opportunity to acknowledge them. First, government of the Republic of Uganda in many ways, financially and morally, and in everything. We have got really unwavering support from the government of Uganda, right from the head of state. Although I acknowledge Inter-Universe Council for East Africa, let me repeat that appreciation, because most of you were getting letters from the Inter-Universe Council for East Africa. Inter-Universe Council for East Africa served as the secretariat, and you know how important a secretariat is in coordination of a conference like this. So we thank the Inter-Universe Council for East Africa. But not only that, Inter-Universe Council for East Africa committed financial resources that contributed to meeting a number of expenses towards the conference. Thank you very much, Inter-Universe Council for East Africa. The National Council for Higher Education was at the center of organizing, and I would like to thank all the staff. I appreciated Inter-Universe Council for East Africa. Let me single out the EAC, the Executive Secretary, Professor Banyaki Mbona. I know he was appreciated, but in terms of organizing this conference, let's give him a special appreciation. But there are others from Inter-Universe Council for East Africa. We have Professor Mawa, we have Dr. Ine, we have Dr. Kosam, and different people from that secretariat. We thank them very much. On the part of National Council for Higher Education, I think the whole secretariat was mobilized. But I would like in particular to single out Mr. Arthur Muguzi, Dr. Sembatia, Dr. Nora Mlira, who is currently not here, and all the other members of the organizing committee from Niche. You are recognized. We have we got financial support from different corners, but before I go there, let me appreciate the exhibitors. You've seen the exhibition. I believe it added value to this conference. Thank you very much, exhibitors from the different corners. But for financial contribution, I'll just run through the list. African Development Bank, National Social Security Fund of Uganda, Kampala International University, Busitema University, Kabale University, Uganda Medical and Dental Practitioners Council, Centenary Bank, Uganda Management Institute, MOBS, Clark University, Livingstone University, Nkumba University, Law Development Center, Lira University, Kampala City Council, Muni University, CD Global, St. Peter's University. I think I've acknowledged the Livingstone International University. So those made contributions to this conference. But I do not underrate the contribution of the various partner states and agencies that sponsored delegates to this conference, because without delegates, there is no way we would have enjoyed the conference like we did. So thank you very much for all those contributions. I know the weather is not very good, but I hope those who are not having flights will be able to find time to see a bit of Kampala or even beyond. If you want to go beyond Kampala, the organizers can make arrangements for you to visit, so that you don't say I visited Uganda but I didn't see Uganda. So I would be happy if you found some time to visit. There'll be lunch served very shortly, so before you leave, please ensure that you have lunch. So I would like to end by once again thanking you for participating in this conference and wishing you journey mercies to your respective destinations. And we look forward to seeing you in the Republic of Rwanda in 2027. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Next in the program is anthems of the EAC and the Republic of Uganda. But before that, I have an announcement. Lost and found. It looks like one of our distinguished lady participant or delegate has lost. It's a very expensive ruby golden earring. So if you are there, just look for me before we go for lunch. Looks very expensive, so make sure you get in touch with me. I have it here with me. With that, can we all raise up for the anthem? After the anthem, then we are free to take our lunch in the reverse order. Jane Messies, thank you very much.